Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel. I am Ritaban Dotto and today I've brought for you all a new video on my interview experience for the Wipro company. So as you all know that the Wipro NLTH, the result has been declared today. So now you all must be thinking about how to prepare for the interview, what are the probable questions that could be asked, and how do you prepare for it. So in this video I'm going to share with you my past experience and also some experience which I've some questions which I've asked my friends that the interviewers had asked my friends during their campus placements. So I'm going to share with you all everything today, so keep watching the video, and if you do like the channel then please do subscribe and support me. So the Wipro interview is actually one of the very easy interview because they don't ask questions which are very in depth. Okay, so like the questions are very basic, and like these are something which if you have basic knowledge about topics like DBMS, like basic coding, then you're definitely going to crack the video because you're going to definitely crack the interview because the interview is not at all difficult. So you need to be aware with the basic concepts. And so here I'm going to share with some of the questions. So the first question the interview had asked was on RDBMS, the SQL or Oracle, like whatever you studied. So the questions are very easy, like what are primary key, what are foreign keys, and questions like how do you delete duplicate rows in a table, and how do you search using. So these are RDBMS concepts, right? So anyone who is accustomed with the basic RDBMS syntaxes would be definitely be able to solve this type of questions. There were also certain questions from coding sections. Again, the questions were very simple, like what is the difference between a stack and an array? How do you input in a stack? What is the difference between a stack and a queue? So how do you input in Java, like how do you take the input in Java, for example using the scanner class, or using the system that out using the system that in class. Also there were RDBMS questions on the outer join, the joins, like the inner join, outer join, the left and right join. So there was also a very small coding question where I was asked to explain right join using a code. So I had to basically write a small code, and then through that I had to explain how the right join works. So as you can see, the RDBMS questions are very simple and basic. And other than that, there were questions from OS, which since I have not studied this subject, so I couldn't answer these questions. So the questions were like, what is multi-threading, like what are processes, and where is threading used. Then in programming, they had asked me questions like how will you uh, how will you sort an array in ascending order or in the descending order, and what is bubble sort and insertion sort, and how do, like you have to explain the mechanism how the sorting takes place. And there were questions uh, on very simple C programmings, like you have to find how you like you have to write a program on the factorials. How would you find the factorial of a number? Or and you have to also there was a coding question on how to draw patterns, like the star, two stars, then three stars, then four stars. Like how would you code that type of patterns? So as you can see, the questions are not at all difficult. So a very basic knowledge on RDBMS and C or Java, like C++ Java, would be sufficient enough for you to to crack the interview. And they're going to ask you definitely questions from inheritance, like the types of inheritance, and the advantages of using an object oops programming language. That basically the inheritance, encapsulation, polymorphism, like how does it benefit your programming experience, right? So there's nothing to worry about. The questions are very as I've said, as you have heard, the questions very simple. And also sometimes they do ask questions from your core engineering subject, like if you are from electronics they might ask you some questions from the communication part, or the electronics part. So if you are from mechanical they might ask you questions on thermodynamics, like I've heard like they do ask questions from these sections. So based as very slight knowledge of your core subject is also very important for the interview. And also in coding there was a question on what is the operators, like the postfix and the prefix operators, and what is the types of constructors, like the default constructor, the what do you call, the copy constructors, like there are 3-4 types of constructors. So they asked me like the definitions and the types. And also the HR interview will also be taking place that day along with the technical interview. And in the HR interview they are going to ask you the general HR questions which they usually ask, like do you want to relocate, and are you able to work under pressure, how are you uh, can you work along with the teammates, how do you work along with the teammates. They if you're unlucky they might also ask you questions from your projects, from your summer internships, like on what we have done. Like I had done my project at DRDO, so he had asked me like how did that code work. I had to explain parts of that code, right? Also in HR, they are going to ask you about telling something about yourself, and why do you want to join Wipro, and would you like to relocate, and do you know about the bond. So these are all the basic questions which are common to any type of interviews. And so I guess that's it. I think I've covered all the questions which were asked to me. So all the best to you all guys. I'm sure you're going to definitely crack the interview, and don't take any pressure because the field is all yours. I'm sure you're going to crack it. Thank you so much.